So, Larry, let's talk about NATO. It's funny things that are. Well, we can join NATO with the good question about how do you see the bureaucrats in Brussels taking the news of Trump plus NATO.
Well, the party's over. Trump's not coming in to build up NATO to see how much money the U.S. can pour into it. And it's up to the Europeans to figure out how they're going to keep that old jalopy going. It really reminds me of a Cuban car. The cars that are like 60 years old and still running on spare parts because they can't import new cars. That's NATO. It's anachronism, outdated.
Yes. I find interesting that what Mark Rutte said, that, well, if Trump gives up Ukraine to Russia, then we will expel United States from NATO. First of all, I was like,
that's like you. That's how you playing football. The kid who owns the football, and he said, "Yeah, you're not playing on our team anymore." Okay, kid takes the football and goes home. What are you guys going to do? Look around paper bag? It's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rutte, you look at him and go, look, you're an adult man. You've been to college. You've been to university.
You've been the prime minister of a country.
Yeah, I mean, you're retarded. You would say something like this. Unbelievable.
Yeah, but then I thought for a second and say, hey, perhaps Trump's trying to get, Europe under the bus, throw Europe under the bus. This is a good start, Yeah, let's get the United States out of NATO. Well, I just want to get out anyway. That would be a good thing. And so it's not my fault. And at the same time.
Okay, tell me, Europe to the table.
Well, they're not going to bring anything.
What does Europe realistically contribute to NATO? What does it bring to the table of terror? Nothing.
Perhaps some croissant. I don't know.
I mean, Italy say, hey, we got some good pasta. Okay, hey, yeah, bring the pasta, bring the antipasta. Okay, but I mean, NATO is like a nasty little dog, yappy little dog that an ankle bite, but with no teeth, just annoying. It is. Europe became accustomed to being important because of its colonial dominance in the 19th century, and has started losing that control in the 20th century. It's still hasn't come to grips with the fact you're nothing. Okay, France, Germany, you're nothing. You're irrelevant. You have no resources. So, it's not like you're going to show up and be something that say, some other countries go, oh my God, we can't live without that. How are we going to survive without champagne? I'll figure a way. Camembert cheese. Oh my God, we got to have the camembert cheese. What about the mozzarella? About the mozzarella, So, I mean, Europe's good for food as far as cooking it. They don't grow much of it. They have to import a lot of it. They don't have any natural resources, energy-wise, to speak of to be any kind of influence on any of the oil or gas markets. Mm-hmm. They don't have any industrial capability. Germany used to. It's getting rid of it. It's just the industrializing, sending stuff to the United States and other countries, shutting down factories. Mm-hmm. I mean, seriously, Europe is a joke. And yeah, if I'm insulting folks that live in Europe, sorry. Look in the mirror. Yep. You got a lot of old stuff for people to come see. Old castles and buildings and some history. Yeah, rich in history. Poor in terms of anything anybody needs. There was a craze. This reminds me sort of what happened here in the United States. 40 years ago, there was a craze to buy antique furniture. If it was 80, 100 years old, oh man, it was hot. People buy antique furniture, and we had a bunch of antiques. So when it came time for us to move to Florida, we're going to sell off our antiques. Kids today aren't buying antiques. They're looking at God, who wants that old shit? It's Europe. Okay. Europe's an antique market that nobody wants to buy.
I say that from a good amount since I arrived here, and I say this out loud, no problem. Europe is just an open air museum. It's not working because it has to keep the museum, and the museum is not working because they cannot keep the museum anymore.
Yeah.
They just need to get
Are you going to call
Europeans
it
out.
Or call it an open air sewer? More
Yeah.
offensive. Yeah, no, but
I was trying to.
well, you behave. So you're a foreigner, they'll toss you out.
No, they can't. I'm European.
Oh, okay. This is Europe's in a conundrum. They've bet on the wrong horse here.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem was they bet all their money. And now they're losing it, and they've got a loan out to make that bet. And now they got to pay off the loan, and they don't have any way to do it. So the only thing that's going to happen, they're going to get capped. So I hear your daughter is hollering for dinner, huh?
She's eating. She's eating the entire day. It's amazing. She eats for an hour, and then 30 minutes later she eats again. She's growing.
Yeah.
She's getting big and strong. I like Europe.
Good. Yeah. I like Europe.
I like Europe. Exactly. No, yeah, that's I've been saying this. It's just people are too worried about crap here, and the Europeans want to get a better life. They want better services. They want decent transport and decent things. But it's I live in Italy. It's impossible to have decent services in very narrow streets, or castles everywhere, and if you try to dig something, very soon you find another part of the country from 2,000 years ago, and then you have a law that has to stop everything, and archaeologists have to dig. So it's a mess. They should just start doing moving people away from historical areas. Okay, this is historical. Keep historical. That's what we want. Move away. Let's build new cities with new infrastructure and live there and works there and things like that. But they do neither, nor keep nor evolve.
Right.
Well, people are getting pissed off with that. Yeah. Larry, we had some drone strikes in Moscow yesterday or 2 days ago.